Hi guys, welcome back. Episode 24, where we are, Live to Inspire podcast with me. As always, it's always me, isn't it? Dave Coleman. So, I confess I struggled a little bit to think about what to talk about on this episode. It's taken me a while. I've had some good chats with people recently, some guests lined up for the future, which is exciting to bring you that stuff. But then it made me think and reflect, as I always try and tell you guys to think about where you've come from and where you are now. If you're struggling mentally, think where you started. I know, like I've alluded to in past episodes, I've been in a dark place for a number of years, and actually I reflected on that, and it's not as bad now as where I was, if that makes sense. So, but it's a fight, it's a struggle. Like I've said, it's about the journey, not the goal, right? The destination. So that got me thinking about this podcast, about work, about investments, about training, all sorts of bits and bobs. And it all boiled down to you regret not doing it sooner, which sounds weird, right? But one of the biggest things, and I made a few notes, so do bear with. Hopefully it will make a bit of sense. One of the things for me was about taking the first step. And the very first episode of this is, I think I called it an idea. I didn't know where I was going to put it. I don't know who's listening to it. I don't know anything about it. But it was taking the first step. And as hard as that is, you'll regret not taking it over doing it. Which again, it's about you having the courage to start. And like I said, I do appreciate it's massive. It's really, really hard to make a commitment, make a step, make that first move, whatever it is. But you'll be more, the feeling that you get from taking that first step is far better than the feeling that you get from sitting around thinking about it or not doing it. So for me, a bit of context for you. When I tried to get back into the bobsleigh team around 2017, 2018, with the view of aiming for the Pyeongchang 2018 games, I did the same process. I relocated to Bath, I carried on training, and I had a mentor at the time, a coach, outside of sport, just a sort of life coach, if you will, and he said to me, speak to the coaches, speak to the powers that be, and ask them, can I train? Can you train with the team now? Is that an option? I said, but what if they say no? What if, this? What if that? What? All these questions running through my head. And he said, again, about taking that first step. If you take that first step and you ask the question, then you're already showing your intentions. You're accountable to yourself, and as it turned out, he said, no, I wasn't allowed to. But you know what? That answered more than that question for me, because it allowed me to then reflect, review where I'm at, where I want to be. I'm looking forward, I'm not looking back. And it squashed loads and loads of other questions I had in my head, like all those what ifs I was just saying about. And it then gave me the courage or the motivation to begin. And okay, he said no, but it then answered those questions. Like I said, so take that first step, just one small step forward to the goal that you've been meaning to work on, right? Because if that thing keeps cropping up in your head, that goal, that focus that you keep thinking about, yeah, I'll do that, I'll do that. Just do it. Just get on with it. Get it done. Okay. So that's point number one. Okay. So bear with. I've got 9 of these. Hold tight. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. So once you've taken the courage to begin and you've made that first step and you're on that journey, stay with it. Stay with it. It is uncomfortable because it's not familiar, right? It's uncharted territory, effectively. But if you're truly passionate about it, it's your goal. It's your journey. It's your choice, your decision. You think about it all the time. Stay with it. Stay with it. Okay, because like I've said to you before, I believe in you guys. I know you can do it. One of my favorite quotes is from Coach Carter. You know, it's our light, not our darkness. It's our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We are powerful beyond measure. Don't let your power be squashed by the fear of not doing or the unknown. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. You're not meant to sit at the edge of your comfort zone. Not the fear of failing, but just keep trying. Just keep trying all the time. And as your courage unfolds, you learn more about yourself, and that's certainly one for me. Like I was uncomfortable, I confess, moving out to Bahrain. Never heard of the place really, apart from the Grand Prix. Why would I come here? Why would I come here? But circumstances, personal development, it's built me up. Like I said, I'm in a much better place now than I was previously. Those dark thoughts and times do still crop up, but you know, I'm more capable of dealing with those myself. So I know my self-worth. I have more self-respect, and the life that I'm meant to live. So yes, I feel uncomfortable quite a lot of the time, but more power to me, more power to you guys. Get comfortable with that. That's point number 2. Okay, so remember, take the first step. Get comfortable feeling uncomfortable. This sounds a bit weird, but it did resonate with me quite a lot when I thought of this. Again, certain events, as you know, these ideas come to me at really strange and random times. Work on being the type of person that you want to be around. So again, some of these chats I have with friends I've made out here, the energy that they put out is absolutely phenomenal. I think I said it before as well. You know, Good Vibes, Good Life, that book. If you haven't read it, get on it, read it. It's stuff you should probably do already know, and you do already do, but you're not aware of. So sometimes it's a gentle little poke, a little reminder. Actually, put out the good vibes, you'll get them back, right? It's as simple as that. No one wants to be around a moaning Myrtle, right? That's from Harry Potter, isn't it? Moaning Myrtle, negative Nancy, whatever it is, you don't want to be around them. Put out those good vibes, put out that positivity. Believe you me, it will come back to you. It will come back to you. Okay, so that's point 3. Work on being the type of person you want to be around. This next one, I struggle with quite a lot. Make your own happiness a priority. Now, it's something like I said, I struggled with, but being selfish, it's okay. It's okay to be selfish when it comes to yourself and your own happiness. I spend a lot of time worrying about other people, making sure that they're okay, make sure they get home okay, make sure that, you know, whatever, that I don't want people to be in the same position I've been in. I don't want people to suffer. I don't want people to experience those dark thoughts, those dark places, because they're not nice, right? You wouldn't wish them on anyone. But it's that relationship advice people always give. Like, you can't love someone else until you learn to love yourself. So when you do love yourself, again, it does come across as selfish, but look after yourself. It sounds stupid, but again, I confess I've been in self-destruct mode many times, and it's not nice. It's really not nice. So make yourself a priority. Make your own happiness, make your well-being a priority. For example, you could listen to the Live to Inspire podcast, little plug, mental stimulation. You need some sort of personal development. This is obviously coming from oneself. Tyson Fury said, regardless of what he's doing and how he's feeling mentally or physically, his requirement is that he needs to train or go to the gym or do some sort of physical exercise daily. That's part of him, right? Might not be for everyone, but he knows what his happiness is. And he said, if he doesn't do that, he is miserable. He will not be a nice person to be around. And that's not him being narcissistic or anything like that. That's just his routine, and he needs that physical stress to produce the endorphins, etc., for him to put him in a good place. So, point 4, make your own happiness a priority. Following on from that, which does make sense, eliminate the negative to make room for more positive. So, again, it does require a little bit of self-awareness, a self-evaluation, reflection on certain events and actions that have happened in your life. Again, please revert back to the eraser test. No regrets. Learn from the mistakes, learn from the actions, learn from them. So if there is something that has been negative in your life, in your day, in your dreams, that's happened to me a lot recently. Wow, keeps you up in the middle of the night. Awful. Write it down. Can you control it? Anything like that? If you can, okay, you can do something about it. If it's something you can't control, just put a line for it. Okay, you can get rid of that negative. Just get rid of the negative. Make room. Getting rid of it makes more space for the positives. Okay, so make room for the positives. Like I said, point 4. Wow, God, I forgot about it already. Make your own happiness priority. You put out good vibes, you get them back. Okay, if you're putting out negative vibes, eliminate them, and guess what? You've made more space for positive vibes, and you're going to get them back. So this sounds weird. Point 6. Practice. As we know, perfect practice speaks for itself, doesn't it, really? As a discus thrower, as a bobslayer, as a gym goer, there's a 10,000 hours rule, or the 10,000 times rule or suggestion by Malcolm Gladwell. You do 10,000 practices perfectly, you'll be perfect at that thing. Now, the coach I had at the time, throwing a discus, we used to do between 30 to 50 throws. 50 was a lot of throws in one session. So it'd work out around about 10,000 throws over the course of 1 year. So that gives you an idea. But was every single throw that I did in training perfect? No chance. There's so many different aspects, right? The start, the beginning, middle, and height release, angle release, the list goes on. Won't bore you with it. But when you practice one element, you might get 1, 2, 3 at a push, perfect ones in a training session. Okay, so you've got a 10% every session, and that's hard. So you do 10%, you've got 1,000 perfect throws every year. So you're looking roughly about 10 years to get everything nailed down. 10 years of perfect. That's obviously for discus, right? There are exceptions to the rule. As always, I can't think of the guy's name. He did a TED talk. David Epstein, TED talk called Sports Gene. Unbelievable. Just absolutely unbelievable. If you've got time, go watch it, listen to it, whatever. But practice, okay? So whether it be reading a book, going to the gym, whatever your specialty, whatever your thing is, practice it, okay? Practice living, practice the principles. It just leads to better quality of life, better physical and mental well-being. and then ultimately you won't regret what it is that you're doing. Having said that, if you're practicing it and you keep practicing it and you've been doing it for a year, 6 months, 2 years, I don't know, whatever, X amount of time, you've allowed yourself time to practice and, you know, follow that journey, that path, and you practice, and it doesn't work out, you know what? You've learned, you've become a better person as a result of it. And you've no doubt probably helped other people in the process and will continue to do so in the future as well, people that you meet. So again, you won't regret doing it now, okay? Just something to think about. Again, similar, a little bit repetitive this one, spend quality time with the people that you love. Time's a massive one. I listened to, I can't remember the guy's name, but this person was talking about time, like the quality time that we have. Time is the most valuable commodity that we have. It's the same, I think I've said this before, again, apologies, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, all of the people, millionaires, billionaires, whatever, time. It's the same for everyone, right? We all have the same 24 hours in a day. Arnold Schwarzenegger says, just sleep faster. If you know how to do that, please let me know. But the time that we have with the people that we love is limited, just like anything that we do. So spend time with the people that you love. Just food for thought, really. That follows on onto appreciate the life that you have. Again, the positive energy that I get from some of my friends out here. When I'm feeling bad or negative, or I've a rough night's sleep, bad day at work, whatever, said events and things have happened in a day or the month, whatever it is, you know what? I'm here, I'm alive, the sun's shining, there's good people around, and just that alone switches it on in my head of positivity, in that I'm alive. You know, there's always people worse off than you. You know, I've said it before, I think when we was talking to Brett, if you want to listen to that episode, I think that was episode 22, don't quote me on that. You know, the depression, the anxiety, colitis, cramps, medical health, all those sorts of things. You think, Jesus, this is rough. How can it be this bad? Why is it me? And then actually, you know what? There's people who've got it worse. People who've got it the same. You are not the only one suffering. So when you appreciate the life that you have, you remove the regrets that you might have in your life, or of not doing things. And again, I appreciate it was a short episode. I think it was the last one actually. Let it go. So it links quite nicely, really. The last episode and the last point. Let go of what's behind you, right? I confess, I hold my hands up, right? I always think about something that happened in the past, and I'm like, oh, it's so bad. Why did that happen? Someone's pissed off with me. I've upset someone. Someone's annoyed. You know what? What can you do about it? Nothing. It's in the past, right? It makes you who you are today. And again, that's having no regrets, right? Okay, if that did happen, if I did make someone feel bad, I don't necessarily want to regret it. I will need to be able to learn from it and move forward. And I have where possible, a civilized conversation with that person. Say, actually, you know what? Again, hands up. I messed up on that one. Didn't mean to cause offense, or I'm really, really sorry. You know, again, sorry is a hard thing to say for some people, and, you know, accepting or admitting defeat. But if that's what you need to do for closure, do it. But don't hold on to it. Oh my God, the weight, the mental strain of holding on to those thoughts and dragging them around with you, it's just inhibiting your progress of moving forward. Don't regret it. Okay, that eraser test, I've said it before. What's happened in the past makes you who you are today. Learn from it. You're a bigger, better person. You're wiser, and you can move forward from it. Like I said, I believe in you, and I know that you can help people. You can help yourself be happy. Be selfish with your own happiness, like I said. So to finish up, point 1, take the first step. 2, get comfortable being uncomfortable. 3, work on being a person that you want to be around. 4, make your own happiness a priority. 5, eliminate the negative to make room for the positive. 6, practice. Practice, you've got to practice. Spend quality time with the people you love. 8, appreciate the life that you have. It's your life, live it now. And the last one, let go of what's behind you so you can move forward. So just to give you some mental stimulation, if you've made it this far into the episode, your future depends on what you do right now. Challenge yourself to be who you know you are capable of being. Challenge yourself to follow through, to live what you preach, to walk your talk, okay? Don't worry about how slowly you feel you're heading towards your goal, how many roadblocks you find, or how many detours you've been forced to take. As long as you are doing your thing, remember it's your thing, no one else's, just you. You're still moving forward ahead of everyone else who hasn't been able to try. So, what would you add to your list? What is something that you wish you had done sooner? If it's something you wish you had done sooner, you know what? Do it now. Do it now. Because you'll regret not doing it sooner. As always, we will get there. If not immediately, eventually. Take care, stay strong. See you soon.